Good morning and greetings from the Ferguson Library South End Branch. I'm Mrs. Anderson, the supervisor of the South End Branch and the Bookmobile. And I'm here today to introduce our reader for today and to let you all know that the library is participating in the National African American Read-In, which is a project to encourage reading and to make reading a significant part of your Black History celebration. And in celebration of Black History Month, we know the Board of Education and the people on the Board of Education love to read, and they love to share with you. And today we have a special guest, Mr. Fritz Sherry, a board member of the Stanford Board of Education, and he's going to share one of his favorite stories with you. In addition to the reading, we also have crafts and puzzles to match the reading to encourage you to go deeper into reading the book. Again, we encourage you to read books, get a library card, and happy reading.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Fritz and I am excited to be with you today to read one of my favorite stories. Our story today is Watch Me by Doyen Richards, and it's a story about immigration and inspiration. So let's go ahead and start our story for today. Joe grew up in Sierra Leone, a small West African country. He had nice manners, got good grades, and like you, always listened to his parents. Well, maybe not always. Joe had goals and dreams like you. He knew he had to make big moves in order to achieve them. Joe wanted to go to America. His friends and family said people would laugh at his accent and fear his dark skin. They said he'd never fit in. He was different, perhaps like you. Joe smiled and said, "Watch me." His friends and family were right. The food in America was strange, the music was new, and perhaps like you, he enjoyed it. But Joe still missed Sierra Leone. In America, some people teased Joe about his accent and dark skin. Some people told him, "Go back to Africa." It hurt Joe to be hated for things he couldn't control, just like it hurts you. Maybe going back home to Africa was the safe and easy thing to do. But Joe's dreams didn't hang out with safe and easy. To those who doubted he could make it in America, he said, "Watch me." Look around. Do you see people like Joe? Do you watch them learn and study, surrounded by books? Do you watch them as they deal with all kinds of looks? Do you watch them throw an awesome curveball? Do you watch them eat lunch by themselves down the hall? They come by plane, perhaps like you. They come by boat. Maybe you did too. Watch them. See them. This land is your land. This land is our land. There is enough for everyone. But what about Joe? Joe studied, and perhaps, like you, he studied hard. He knew he had to work twice as hard at school and prove that he actually belonged there. Many of his teachers and classmates thought he wouldn't graduate. "Watch me," Joe said. And at the end of his school years, he was Dr. Joe. How do I know? Because Dr. Joe was my dad. Right now, a kid is dreaming of coming to America to become the next Dr. Joe. You don't think she can do it? "Watch me," she says, and smiles. And thank you for joining us as we read the book, Watch Me. I'm Mr. Fritz, and I hope to see you again. Bye.
Wow, wasn't that a great story? Thank you, Mr. Fritz Sherry, for sharing that story with us. Watch me. And we're watching our children as they grow and become wonderful human beings. I'm Mrs. Anderson, and we are so proud of all of the work and participation the adults and children from the Stanford community has shared with us. This year, we participated in the National African American Reading Project. It is a national effort to encourage families, children, and everyone to read to their children. So this year, the members of the Board of Education, some of the members from the Board of Education have been reading every Saturday during the month of February to celebrate Black History Month. We are so pleased and happy to thank our superintendent, Dr. Tamu Lacera, Ms. Janine Burke, member of the Board of Education, Mr. Andy George, and Mr. Fritz, whom you just heard read. And we had some young people. J.D. Cruz, she's a 7th grader from River One Middle School. And we had Adis King, who read a book for us. And she was just great. She really enjoyed reading. We just want to thank everyone who participated. We want to thank you for your time. We want to thank you for sharing the stories with us. We encourage you to continue reading. We know that we made reading a significant part of our Black History celebration. However, we want you to continue the journey of reading because we want to learn and grow and learn and grow. Again, on behalf of the Ferguson Library, the staff here at South End Branch, and Mr. Emmanuel, our camera person, all of the participants, thank you so very much. And don't forget that you can go on the Ferguson Library YouTube and hear all the stories over and over again. Thank you and happy reading. Goodbye.